Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email, and the email says, I met this girl off of Tinder, been talking to her for a while on there, then she gave me her number. Prior to meeting her in real life, we have been calling and texting back and forth. She even called me bae. Until the day I actually met her. During the date, she was pretty cooperative. She was quite talkative about certain subjects, but we didn't have a lot in common. After the dinner date, we were holding hands and all that good stuff. But when I asked to get a kiss, she said she doesn't do kisses on the first date. The next day, I sent her a text asking if she enjoyed the date, and she said she found it very interesting. I then asked her if she was still coming to see me next week because we had something planned, but she ignored my text. What could possibly be wrong here? Please help me out. All right, man. There's a lot of stuff that we got to talk about. This might be a long video. I'm not sure, but it's a lot of stuff we got to talk about. All right, so before I get into what to do or how to deal with girls who are sending mixed messages and all this other stuff, there's a couple things in this email that I got to address that, you were doing kind of wrong. You shouldn't have been doing it this way. So first of all, you said, let me see where you said it at. All right. You said after the dinner date, we was holding hands and all that good stuff. But when I asked to get a kiss, she said she doesn't do kisses on the first date, right? And I'm gonna say that again. You said after the dinner date, we were holding hands and all that good stuff, but when I asked to get a kiss, she said she doesn't do kisses on the first date. Now I'm emphasizing asked because I've said this a couple times. I've also said this in my audio program, How to Build Sexual Tension with a Woman. You can get that at badboymembership.com. All of you guys should be a member. And also talked about this in my audio program, Step Up Your Dating Game. You can also get that on mrlocario.com if you get the Bad Boys Guide to Dating DVD. But anyway, basically when you're messing with a girl, never ask her to kiss you or never ask for a kiss. Never ask her, can you kiss her? You understand? You never ask. All you need to do is either one or two things. You just kiss her automatically without asking her. So, that means you talking to her, you flirting with her, you get her close to you, you pull her close into you, and then you kiss her. You understand? And you got to sort of see the vibe, see how the interaction is going, see if she's, sort of feeling you, if you're touching her hand and you're pulling her close and she's actually, moving in that direction. Right? Then you going for the kiss, right? So you just go in for it and you just do it. You can either do it that way, or what you can do is you can announce that you are going to kiss her. Okay? So you either just go in for the kiss or you announce that you're going to do it. So how does announcing sound? How do you do the announcing that you're going to kiss her? So for example, you could be, flirting with her, talking to her, whatever, and you just be like, hey, listen, close your eyes. Right? And some girls might say why or whatever. And then when she says why, you'd be like, because I'm about to kiss you. Or you just say the whole thing like, listen, close your eyes. I'm about to kiss you. Right? So you're letting her know you're about to do it. You understand? And another way you can do this, I remember I was at some spot or whatever, and I'm talking to this girl, and she was drinking some liquor or some shit. And I was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are you? And she was like, I was like, it's 10 being really drunk, and 1 being not drunk. And she was like, I'm at like a 4, maybe. I'm just kind of tipsy. And I said, okay, good, because I don't want you to be too drunk because I'm about to kiss you and I want you to remember the kiss. Because if you're too drunk, you're not going to remember. So I'm kind of like just putting it in the whole situation, but I'm still announcing that I'm about to do it. Do you understand? So I'm doing this while I'm flirting with her or whatever. So you either announce you're going to do it or you just do it. Never ask. You understand? Because when you ask, you're sounding sort of weak. You're sounding like, you're basically asking her permission to do stuff. And the thing is, women respond to men who are assertive. Women respond to men who take charge. And by asking, you're not taking charge, right? Now, another thing that I would say you shouldn't have done while I'm reading this is you are basically calling her and contacting her too much. You understand? When you're contacting a girl, all you really need to do is contact or text her to set up a date and confirm a date. That's all you really need to really be doing. Setting up dates. That's it. You know, when are you free? Okay, free this day. Cool. Let's meet up. That's it. So you kept saying, you know, you sent a text the next day asking her if she enjoyed the date. So you're showing you're caring too much. You're like putting all that energy in. You understand? And then you also said you asked her if she was still coming to see you next week because y'all had something planned. So you're showing her too much attention and texting her all of this stuff, and it's like you're basically coming off as needy. Do you understand? So that's what's going on, you know, in this. And this is that neediness also is kind of why she might be, you know, giving you mixed signals. And I'm gonna talk about that in a second, right? So now, when we talk about chicks giving mixed signals or mixed messages or whatever, right? And the reason why chicks will give you mixed messages is because of usually one or two things. They're not that into you, or, you know, they're not that into you and they're, you know, just using you for attention or whatever, right? That's one of the reasons. Or she's still sort of trying to figure out how into you she is. Right? So either they're not that into you, they're just using you for attention, or she's trying to figure out how into you she is, you know, while she's dealing with you. So with this girl, what it seems like is she seems like she's into you, but she's sort of like kind of still feeling you out, right? And by you doing or acting the way you're acting by asking her if you can kiss her, and also texting her to make sure that she still wants to see you for the next date, and texting her to figure out if she liked the date, you're coming off as needy. So imagine you have this girl who is feeling you, right? Everything seemed cool before y'all met up. Y'all hit each other up on Tinder, and she's excited to see you, right? And then now she meets you, and, you know, you're asking her, can you kiss her, which is probably a turnoff by you asking her. And I'm going to get to all this other stuff in a minute about her saying she doesn't kiss on the first date because it's bullshit. But anyway, I'm going to get to that. By you asking her to kiss her, and by you, you know, texting her and seeing how she felt about the date, and or are we still going to see each other? Like you're that neediness, right? That within itself could have been the thing that is now giving you the mixed signal she's giving you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that now she's thinking of it like, damn, you know, this guy seemed cool, but now that I met him, I don't know, he seems kind of needy. So now she's sort of like, she's still figuring out. So now what the reaction you're getting from her, like you're saying that she hasn't taken, you know, you texted her and she hasn't returned your text, is because she's sort of thinking like, hey, I don't know if I should text this guy again because he seems needy. He seems kind of weak, you know, asking me to get a kiss or whatever. Like, and a lot of times, you know, what happens is that when women are experiencing this, right, it's like she's like, you know, thinking like, hey, you know, I don't know if I'm feeling him as much as I thought I was. And then this is where you get the sort of mixed signals. Because like, let's flip it around so you can, I'm gonna flip it so you can sort of understand. It's like, let's say, you know, you meet a chick and you're like, okay, I'll hit it. You're like, yeah, she's cute, I'll hit it, right? And this chick really likes you. And let's say you hit it, and now she's thinking, oh, this guy likes me because we had sex, right? And then you hit it, but the sex was okay. You understand? It wasn't all that, but it was okay. And you're like, yeah, she's all right. You're not crazy about it, but the sex was okay. So what happens is that you sort of, you don't call her for a while. You understand what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, you know, whatever, right? So now she's like, oh my God, I thought this guy liked me. Why isn't he calling me, right? And then one day you're horny as hell. You ain't got nobody else to call. And then you end up calling her again. And then you hit it again. And then she's like, oh, okay, I guess he likes me. And then you sort of don't call her again because, you know, the pussy isn't all that. So now to her, it seems like you're giving mixed messages. You see what I'm saying? But the reason why is because there's something about her that is, you're not really too sure about, you're not really into. At first you were like, oh, she looks hot, or she looks good, I'll do her. But then what happens is that you did her, and then now you experienced her, and now you're sort of like, like iffy about it. You understand? And this is where the mixed signals is coming in. So that neediness that you were sort of projecting, that when you're dealing with her, is making her second guess. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, the thing is this, and this is what I want to talk about, next, is that I want to take it back to when she said that she doesn't kiss on the first date, right? Now, when chicks say that, it's pretty much bullshit. What's really happening is that she's saying that because, again, that you were probably displaying that neediness on the date, and she was probably a little bit turned off, and that made her not want to kiss you. But her excuse was, I don't kiss on the first date. But it's bullshit, right? But the thing that you need to understand is this, and for any of you guys out there, you need to understand this, is that when you're dealing with a chick and she gives all these rules and, I don't do this, or I'm not that type of girl and all of this, first of all, you got to understand it is bullshit. And second of all, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot follow that. Right? So what's happening here is you are basically following her lead by being okay with her not kissing you on the first date. You understand what I'm saying? Let me break this down. Her telling you, I don't kiss on the first date, and you not, addressing that, or you just letting it slide, means that you are co-signing what she's saying. That means that you are following what she's saying, right? Now, when it comes to you guys dealing with women, right, you need to always have her follow your program. I'm going to say that again. You need to always have her follow your program. Matter of fact, take out like a sheet of paper and write that shit down. You need to always have her follow your program. Write it in big ass letters. Tape it to your wall in your room. Look at that shit every morning. You need to have her always follow your program, right? So when she said, I don't kiss on the first date, right? And let's say you actually, before, and let's take this back. Let's take this a little, let's backtrack a little bit, right? Before you even go on a date with the chick, right? You say to yourself, and this is what I mean when I say you have her follow your program. First of all, you got to ask yourself, what is your program? What do you want to do? What do you want to make happen when you're dealing with these girls? So I'm guessing that when you go out with a woman, you're going out with her because you're, attracted to her. You're sexually attracted to her. You want to get physical with her. You want to kiss the girl that you're going on a date with, right? So if you want to kiss her, right? That is your program. I'm only dealing with women who kiss me on the first date or whatever it is. That's what you want. So when you get with a girl and then she is on that, I don't kiss on the first date, that means she's not following your program. And that means you shouldn't be dealing with her. And also what it means is that you need to let her know what your program is so that she can follow it. Because what's happening is now that she said, I don't kiss on the first date, and then now you're still wanting to go on the second date with her, you're basically following her program, right? So the thing is, when she says that whole kiss thing, it's basically a test to see who's in control. And basically she won. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you are basically, you're co-signing all the stuff she's talking about, right? Because I actually had, I remember, I had a girl say that type of shit to me one time. So she was like, she was like, I don't kiss on the first date, right? So basically what I said to her was, I don't go on second dates with girls who don't kiss me on the first, right? So this is what I mean by that, like little control thing, and it's not necessarily want to control anything, but it's like that little power struggle, because she's saying, I don't kiss on the first date. And I'm saying, well, I'm not dating any girls who don't kiss me on the first date, right? So what's happening in this dynamic, you understand, in this war of words and in this situation, is that if I was to go on a second date with her and she didn't kiss me on the first, that means I'm following her program, right? Now, if she kisses me on that first date, what that's saying is that she's into me that much that she wants to see me again for a second date. You understand what I'm saying? Because I already said to her, I don't go on second dates with girls who don't kiss me on the first, right? So I said this to this girl, and she ends up kissing me. And she kisses me after she already said to me that she doesn't kiss guys on the first date. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm telling her what my program is, and she is following it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I just want you guys to understand that you got to understand the dynamic. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Because even, I had situations where, I would sort of like, do that same type of thing where I would have to let the girl know my program. And also I have to be prepared, and you have to be prepared to, lose the chick or charge the chick to the game. Like, I remember I was with this one girl, and we were on our second date, I think it was. Yeah, it was the second date. And we were talking, and I was like, yeah, you cool. We should definitely get together again. And then I said to her, I was like, our third date's going to be awesome, because I was like, the third date is the sex date, right? So she was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, by the third date, we need to have some sex, right? And so she was like, oh, I don't know about all that. And I was like, and I told her, I said, well, listen, I am not going to be going out with a girl who I'm not having sex with, at least by the third date. And I said to her before we left that date, I said, listen, if you want to, see me again, give me a call. If you want to go on the third date, give me a call. You understand? So basically, by telling her this is letting her know that if she calls me and she wants to see me for that third date, that means we're having sex. And if she doesn't want to do that, then she shouldn't call me. So what happened was she didn't call me, right? But the thing is, I didn't want to see her unless I am having sex with her. Again, the girl has to follow your program. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's that thing, that saying they say it's my way or the highway. That's how you have to have it. You understand? Because you have to start all your interactions with these women with them understanding that they will be following your program. Right? So the thing is, the question is, how do you deal with these girls who give you these mixed signals, right? Now, and see, even when we're talking about following the program or the girls following your program, a big reason why, you might be getting these mixed signals in the first place, or these mixed messages, is because you haven't established what your program is. Right? So since you haven't established what your program is, it's sort of like you're going to be flip-flopping, or you're sort of going to be on some like, I'm following the woman type of thing just to, because I really want some sex or I really want some affection, which is going to turn her off, because what's happening is she's looking for that guy who is, basically strong, who is, giving her that structure of, look, this is the program we're going to be following. You understand? Or you're going to be following. She's looking for that type of guy, or she's assuming you're that guy. Then she goes on a date with you, and then you're like, oh, can I give you a kiss? Is it okay? Oh, how'd you like the date? Was it all right? So like, you're giving off this weak stuff. You're not that strong guy she assumed you were, right? So now that's what's giving her the mix. That's what's giving you the mixed messages that's coming from her, because she's like, who is this guy I'm dealing with? You understand? Like, I'm not comfortable dealing with this guy because I thought he was this way. Now he's flip-flopping. Oh, he's, now he's one of these beta dudes, or he's one of these soft guys, and it's turning me off. And I don't know. He keeps calling me. Should I call him back? This is where you get the mixed messages from. But if you are establishing, what you're about, then if she decides to get with it, then there won't be those mixed messages. Now, you're going to have chicks who are still going to give you those mixed messages because they don't know what they want and they're still sort of confused about shit or whatever. Just generally, you're going to have girls like that. But what happens is that if you state, hey, this is what I'm about, then, you're less likely to get those mixed messages. It's kind of like, the mixed messages come from you basically not being comfortable to let the girl know what your program is and stick with it, right? Now think about it this way. Let's say if you was dealing with a chick and the chick lets you know that she's like, about just having a lot of fucking sex. She's like, look, I just want to get down. I'm trying to hook up. I'm trying to do this. And, like she's basically letting you know that's how she's a promiscuous ass chick. Like that's what she's about and this and this and that. You understand what I'm saying? So now you make a decision saying, well, I could either just have fun and smash this chick or not. You understand? If you were looking for a wifey, let's say that was your situation where you're just like, look, I'm trying to find wifey. I'm tired of fucking all these girls, whatever, and blah, 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 and all these thoughts and whatever y'all dudes call them chicks now. And then you say, look, this chick is on some other shit. I'm not gonna fuck with her because I'm trying to find wifey. Or this chick is on that sex shit. I'm just trying to hook up, so I'm fucking with her, right? So you're going along under the knowing that this is the situation. So if the girl is following your lead, or she's going along with your program, she's going along with it knowing, okay, this is what it is, and that will eliminate some of the mixed messages that you will get because she's going along with what you're about. It's almost like this is the take it or leave it thing. Like, this is me, this is what you're going to have to deal with, take it or leave it, right? And again, the mixed messages are coming from the fact that, you're not really comfortable letting a girl know what the deal is, because you have to start the interaction with you being in that leadership position, letting her know, like, this is what it is to fuck with me, right? Now, let's get back to how to deal with girls who give you mixed signals, right? So there's there's two main things. Now, the first thing is my favorite, and this is what, I would suggest most of you guys do if you're, come across a woman who's giving you mixed signals. And the first thing that you do when it comes to dealing with girls who give you mixed signals is don't deal with them. When you see a chick starting to give you mixed signals, don't even deal with her. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a headache. The name of the game is cooperation. If she's not cooperating, why are you dealing with her? Right? Don't even bother dealing with her. Right? Now, I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh, but I really like her and she's so hot and I want to do this and I want to do that. But how do I get her to come around to do this and do that? So now, if you're that type of guy, the second way that you can deal with a girl who's giving you mixed signals is to ignore her until she contacts you, and then you have to reestablish your game plan. You have to reestablish, what you're about. You have to reestablish, your program. So, for example, let's say, like you're dealing with a chick or whatever, and she's like, like let's say with the whole I don't kiss on the first date thing, right? And then so you're like, all right, whatever. So, at this point, you're still on a date. You don't even need to say anything to her at this point. The date is over, and then you just don't call her at all. You just ignore her. You don't call her. Whatever. It's done. She's on that, I don't kiss on the first date shit, right? Now, if she's into you, she's going to call you back. She's going to try to call you to see you again, right? So now when she calls you, this is the time when you sort of like establish, hey, this is what my program is. And if you're not down with following that, peace out. Good luck. So she hits you up and you say, hey, Liz, she's like, oh, hey, what's up? I had a good time last night. The other day or whatever, or what's up with you and blah, blah, blah. And you can be like, listen, you cool and all that, but, I don't deal with chicks who don't get physical with me. You understand? Like, or girls who take too long to get physical with me. So if you want to see me again, then, that got to change. You understand? So you're reestablishing your program because you didn't do it at first, really. You understand? You didn't let her know at first. So now you're letting her know that, hey, if you want to deal with me, this is what you need to do. End of story. And if she's not down with that, then she keeps it moving. It's really that simple. You understand? But again, what I want to drive home to you guys is you gotta understand how important it is to have the chick follow your program. And that comes with you first figuring out what your program is. It comes from you first understanding, what you're about. It's kind of like, if you had a business, you was running a business, you own some business, and then you have an employee come in who wants to work for your business, and you say, okay, cool, employee, I'm going to hire you. By the way, this is what you're supposed to do. This is the rules of the place. This is what's supposed to happen, right? And then that's that. So if you want to be down with this company, this is what you got to do. You understand? What you guys are doing, you guys have a business that these employees are coming to. You have no rules. You have no structure in what you're gonna do. And then the employee comes in for the first day or something, and you say, hey, would you mind, making these copies? And your employee's like, I don't make copies. I don't be making no copies. I don't make copies on the first day. You understand? That's what your dating life is looking like right now. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta really establish that program. Have her follow it. If you guys get that, trust me, you'll have a way more smoother dating life with these chicks. You understand? Because what you're doing is that you are showing your strength, you're showing your leadership skills, you're showing that you are a man, you're showing that you are not going to follow some chick. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're showing that you're not one of these soft beta dudes that's going to do whatever just to get a girl. You understand? You're showing that you're not scared to lose her, right? Which makes a lot of chicks, they're attracted to that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? They're attracted to a guy who is showing them, giving them some instruction, showing them some structure, showing them like, look, if you want to really get some shit popping, if you want to upgrade yourself, you got to fuck with me. I'm not here to do all that shit you trying to do. You understand what I'm saying? It's really that simple. But guys, listen, make sure you go to badboymembership.com and get or listen to, actually, my audio program, How to Build Sexual Tension with a Woman, because I talk about that whole kissing thing and all this other stuff. Also, go to MrLocario.com and get the Bad Boys Guide to Dating DVD, because it comes with the bonus audio program, Step Up Your Dating Game audio seminar, which I also talk about, the two ways to, kiss the girl and all this other stuff. Like I go in depth in all of that. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. All right, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. It gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.